ruling in favor of the special counsel on every single argument that was raised by Jussie Smollett's defense. Smollett has exhausted just about every legal measure to this point, but there's still one last chance of taking this to the Illinois Supreme Court, and that could kick this 150-day sentence even further down the road. Another loss in court for Jussie Smollett today. This time, judges rejecting his appeal of a conviction for faking a racist and homophobic attack in 2019. Special prosecutor Dan Webb says he took on the pro bono case in hopes of restoring the public's faith in the Cook County justice system.
I was very confident going to the Illinois Appellate Court. I did not think that Smollett's issues that they raised on appeal had any merit.
ABC 7 legal analyst Gil Sofer says the ruling was a strong win for the special prosecutor, considering all the arguments that were raised by the defense.
The defense, Jussie Smollett, threw the kitchen sink at this case, argued everything from undue COVID restrictions to inappropriate comments made from the bench during the trial. Lots and lots of arguments, every one of them flatly rejected.
The ruling means Smollett must finish his entire 150-day jail sentence for the crime. He served 6 days before being released last year. But Smollett's team may exhaust one more legal effort, asking the Illinois Supreme Court to hear this case.
The Illinois Supreme Court process is really the end of the road for him, and it's not likely to give him much success. It's pretty hard to get a hearing before the Supreme Court, and even harder to win ultimately when you're there.
Now, Sofer says it could take weeks for the Supreme Court to decide if they'll even take that case, and if they do, then it would keep Smollett from serving that jail sentence for several months. It's not clear yet if there will be another appeal. We made several.
Yeah, man, he is basically, I mean, it's justice. That's all I could say. It is justice right now that Smollett is facing, because he's made a mockery out of people who actually are victims of hate crimes. Sadly, you will have people thinking that he is still innocent. Disgraced actor Jussie Smollett may be going back to jail as soon as the appeals court upheld his convictions related to the 2019 hate crime hoax on Friday. The Empire Star 41 was convicted in 2021 of 5 felony counts of disorderly conduct related to an alleged racist homophobic attack and sentenced to 150 days behind bars. He served just 6 days of the sentence while the appeal was pending. Smollett challenged the role of the special prosecutors, the jury selection, evidence, and other aspects of the case against him. But the convictions were ultimately upheld in 2-1 opinion from the Illinois Appellate Court. The California native, who had made his big debut in 1992's The Mighty Ducks, made headlines in 2019 when he reported to Chicago police that he was the victim of a homophobic and racist attack by 2 men wearing ski masks. The search for the attackers quickly backpedaled into an investigation into Smollett, resulted in his arrest on charges that he paid 2 men who he knew from Empire to help him orchestrate the incident. Lawyers for Smollett claimed that he was the victim of a racist justice system and politicking. Appellate Judge Frederinas Lyle said Friday that she would have tossed Smollett's conviction on the grounds that it was fundamentally unfair to appoint a special prosecutor and charge the actor when he allegedly completed community services as part of a previous deal with Cook County prosecutors. Hell no, make him serve his whole sentence. It was common sense that Smollett was bargaining for a complete resolution of the matter, but not simply a temporary one, she opined. Special prosecutor Dan Webb, however, told TMZ that the ruling was resounding and profound victory. Having a dissent voice in the ruling is not uncommon. The decision by the appeals court is final, he insisted. What happens next is Mr. Smollett can file a petition for a higher appeal to the Illinois Supreme Court. Webb continued. This is purely discretionary, meaning the court does not have to hear this appeal. He lost all legal rights to an appeal with today's decision. If the Supreme Court decides to hear his appeal, there will be briefs filed and a hearing date. If not, then the case goes back to the trial court, which will execute his sentence. Smollett's team vowed to keep fighting the court's decision. We wish to highlight that the decision was divided with Justice Lyle offering a detained analysis in favor of Smollett, a rep for the actor told TMZ. We are preparing to escalate this matter to the Supreme Court armed with a substantial body of evidence. Man, this guy's guilty. Stop trying to fight for him. He's made a mockery of blacks actually victims of hate crimes and actual gays who are actual victims of hate crimes. Okay. And it's time for him to pay for the consequences of his actions. That's basically it. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Anything you want to know about this channel is in the description box.